Hello everyone, and welcome to Entropy-Defiant Gaming. So on this channel, I look at games that defy entropy in some way, that stay in your memory, that there's something about them that you just generally something that you like, but one way or another, something that you continue to think about. So I seek out these games, and I play them, talk about them, these sorts of things. Tonight, it's Blast Doors, futuristic tournament-style artillery game from 1996. Blast Doors was made by Fred's friends, Fiends. Here's the website. As you can see, the website's gone. I guess it disappeared in 2015 or so. I went there actually several times before it went down, but now it's gone. Like so many things on the internet, it's disappeared. But you can still use the archive to download Blast Doors. Here's Blast Doors 2, Blast Doors 1. This is Windows 10 I'm using on Linux. It's actually the virtual machine, and it's somewhat playable. Blast Doors 1. I brought up a few pictures here. So this is American Gothic. It's a fairly famous picture. I think Norman Rockwell drew it. I'm not sure, painted it. I'm not entirely sure, but as you can see, it's fairly famous. The reason I bring that up is because here we have this is one of the pictures for Blast Doors. It kind of similar. You've got a cow here, and here's the farmers, and she looks like she's maybe wearing a gas mask. But if you zoom out, you've got a dead tree and more dead trees, and here's a destroyed city and a tank and skulls and things. So that's it gives you an idea of what Blast Doors is kind of like. Anyway, but what I want to talk about kind of with this video is about morality and ethics, diplomacy, negotiations, these sorts of things. So let me read you what it says here about Blast Doors. Blast Doors, the nuclear family feud. Fred says, Blast Doors was originally designed for the total entertainment network. Unfortunately, the game networks are discovering that their profit margins are smaller than they'd hoped for. And this game came out in 1996, so as a consequence, Blast Doors got dumped when bigger games like Diablo and Quake came down the pike. Their loss is your free game. So let me read here the description of what's going on. In the late 21st century, the world supply of fossil fuels dwindles away to nothing. The industrialized nations panic, searching desperately for alternative fuels, but it's too late. The monolith of industry has expanded beyond the limits of Earth's resources. Transport fails, food supplies stand still, the world erupts into chaotic warfare. The United States splinters into 5 indistinct factions. 2 of these groups, the Militia Free States and the Holy Christian Republic, expand the right to bear arms to include all forms of weaponry, including nuclear weaponry. The other 3 states, Union Territory, Ecotopia, and the Free Enterprise Zone, are forced to arm their lands in self-defense. And it's a rather interesting premise there. The big winner in all this arming and rearming is Militech. Located in Swiss-occupied Europe, which I guess means that Switzerland took over Europe, Militech takes the lead in military technology with its premier line of designer ordnance. These tactical devices are cheap, colorful, and effective. Militech is able to deliver supplies worldwide with their exclusive fleet of solar blimps. I have no idea how that would work, especially if there's nuclear winter, but that's something else we'll talk about in this video. Militech weapons are snapped up by Japanese rebels, Russian mercenaries, Arabic nomads, African ranchers, American farmers, in fact, by darn near everyone. Militech transforms the world. No more futile shoving matches when your neighbor disputes water rights. Just nuke him. No more pussyfooting with rifles, trucks, liquor, and relatives. Now the battle ends in minutes. And the really cool thing is, the Aurora Borealis becomes visible worldwide day and night. Okay, so that's it's a very interesting premise for a game. So I kind of want to talk a little bit about, like I said, morality, diplomacy, these sorts of things. So I'm quite familiar with Christianity, but not nearly as familiar with Buddhism on this, and probably not other religions as well. Buddhism, apparently, they resolve to strive toward nonviolence and avoid violent and hateful conduct. I know that in Christianity, turn the other cheek is very important. Love thy neighbor, instead of nuking them. It's interesting to think about these things. About diplomacy and negotiation, especially in video games, but in real life as well, that too often these things are kind of go to the wayside. We're given this view of, it's a very humorous game in a lot of ways, but the reality in our world is, without diplomacy and stuff, it creates a rather bad world. So I wanted to also show you this. This is the atomic cannon, developed like 1950s, I think, by the United States, and it was just a cannon that was capable of firing an atomic explosive. And there's also a game called Atomic Cannon that is very similar to Blast Doors. And here's the M1 Abrams tank. I believe that's the largest tank the United States has. And as you can see down here, the cost of an M1 Abrams, is that doing that? In 1989 was $4.3 million. Today it's $24 million, or at least as of 2022, $24 million. So let's play Blast Doors a bit. Number of tanks you've taken out. Okay. I'm guessing this machine that we're going to be seeing here, probably, I don't know, $100 million. It has an energy shield, a bunch of weapons, all sorts of things. Of course, who knows with futuristic technology. Okay, so this is us. We're going to try to attack. See, there's our opponents. Didn't conduct any diplomacy with them. For some reason who knows? That's just my theory that for one reason or another they didn't want to talk to us. Okay, so I can't remember the distances. I'll just see what happens when I shoot it. Let's see what kind of, here's my time. I will use a tracer, which is just a basic weapon. Okay. Just got shot. They're shooting each other. And me. Okay. So this isn't a great place to be. I wonder if I can get out of here. No. Okay. So we're going to try. Zigzag. Right there. Okay. This and do a bunch of power. These they all have funny things to say. As I said, it's kind of a humorous game. Checks in the mail. Switch to geek F. They just say all these silly things. So it's maybe it's a bit of a parody. Okay. Let's see. It's been a long time since I played this actually. Let's try tactical nuke. Directed. Oh, got that guy. That's a cluster bomb. Oh, that guy died. Oh, that reminds me. I need to repair. Okay, alright. What should we try next? Let's just try the little one. 20-inch or so. That is a crab pleaser. We'll try that one too. Oh, we don't have it? Okay, how much? He's almost dead, I think. Yeah, okay. We'll try zigzag again. Rose, and he died. Okay, who's this? Should I go for him or should I go for him? Let's go. Actually, I'll probably shoot myself if I want. So we'll go for this guy instead. Let's try this one. Fat man. Uh-oh. That could be deadly. Oh no, we don't have any of those. I think I should use some of these. Okay, so Fat Man, which I launched just a second ago, was I believe that was the name of the first nuke that was ever dropped on Hiroshima, I believe. That's exactly right. I'm still alive. Okay, I think we're about directly on. Oh, no, I'll be able to. Let's try the cluster bomb. Oh, he died. Okay, we'll go up to the last guy. Let's Oh, no, wrong one. Wrong direction. Notice he calls me evildoer, but he's the one I can't even talk to. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. No, they're all silly things that they say, though. Okay, let's try that. Police are against me. And that was it. Okay, so I earned some money. It was just a single round. Oh, I should have done more. Well, anyway, so that shows you how much. In any case, you could say this is probably like, I don't know, this would be like $100 million, and this is like $1 billion or something, realistically. Although that's probably not realistic at all. It's just a ballpark. Okay, so here's one of the questions I've had for a while. How survivable is nuclear war? It's an interesting question. I grew up always hearing that, once one country launches a nuke, the theory has been that all hell would break loose, that all the countries in the world that have nukes would pretty much nuke each other. And I've wondered about that, and I've wondered about things. But specifically, I was reading about it a while back. I guess back in the 50s or the 60s, I believe America did a study. The scientists determined that if nuclear war did break out, it would pretty much kill everybody in the world, or at least... maybe not initially, but over time, diseases and lack of crops due to nuclear winter, this sort of thing, would result in the world just dying out eventually. That's what I've always heard for years. But especially in recent years, I've wondered that more and more. Now, in blast doors, later on in the game, you can upgrade your equipment more, and you can get lasers that will stop nukes. And I actually got... which one was it? I got this AI to generate pictures of nuclear bombs, nuclear warheads being stopped by lasers. I thought this one was kind of interesting, that these actually look like they're being propelled by lasers rather than being stopped. And then this one is kind of cool, though. This one looks like, does look like a laser's being fired, maybe, or something. It's a little hard to tell, but in any case, the idea that is it possible to survive nuclear war? It's an interesting question, and there are different theories. I heard years ago that supposedly the United States at least has enough capacity to stop all the nukes that might hit us. I don't know if I believe that. I've heard that as a theory, though. In any case, I don't think nuclear war would be a good thing. And it seems like right now, just a few weeks ago, there was actually some incidents that were getting me pretty worried between Russia and the United States. That another... critical point in history where nuclear war could have broken out. Anyway, I want to bring up the two games I've been playing, Half-Life 2 and Caravanier. So in Half-Life 2, you start off in this world, and as you can see in my playthrough, I was actually trying to talk to these Combine soldiers. And you try to talk to them, and they just don't say anything, and then you talk to them again, and they say, go away, or something like that. And you talk to them a little bit more, and they shove you, and then they hit you with a baton, and these sorts of things. They won't even communicate. They have all the resources, all the power, and they just don't even want to communicate with you. They don't want to talk about anything. They won't talk to you about anything. And then eventually Gordon gets a gun, or actually a crowbar first, gets a crowbar, and for once the voice of the people begins to be heard. It's kind of an interesting idea. And then over here, no, that's not what I was going to say. In Caravanier, you start off, you're a trader in the desert. You got an inheritance from your uncle, I think, and you're just going around trying to trade goods and things. But robbers start showing up, and you can't even try to talk to them. At least in Half-Life 2, you're able to go up to Combine soldiers and press E and try to talk to them. Unfortunately, in Caravanier, that isn't even an option. And there's other games as well. Okay, so here is Elder Scrolls Oblivion, fourth Elder Scrolls game. And if you look over in the distance, that is a bandit. So we're going to go see if we can talk to this bandit. Okay, I'm pressing E, but he's not. He just wants to kill me, apparently. So I'll heal up a little. And I will see if I can... I'll try to charm him. Try to talk with him. He's still not talking to me. Okay, so we'll He won't. So what I tried there was I tried to block him and then tried to talk with him, but he rejected talking with me. So I guess I could fight him. But I think with some of the bandits, I think if you get your speech skill up high enough, you actually can talk with them. Okay, and now here is Age of Empires 2, another game. This one actually has a diplomacy system. As you can see, you can do a little bit. So right now they're enemies. You can set them to neutral and ally and things. And if you, in some cases, this is a random game. So in a random game, they will sometimes ask you for a tribute, and if you give it to them, they will be friends with you for a while. And then they might turn on you, I think. But anyway, so at least there's an option here. So at any rate, there are different games that give you options for diplomacy, and I wish there were more, really. I wish, actually, that was an option in Blast Doors. Why aren't there more games that give you that option to communicate? I'd like to get some comments about this, about diplomacy, ethics, morality, that sort of thing in video games specifically, and why aren't there more options to at least talk, even just simple communication. In so many of these games, it's just you fight each other. I've wondered about this for 20 years. Shouldn't love and forgiveness at least be a starting place? You can't always be the biggest and strongest around, even if a great deal of the $24 million price tag for the M1 Abrams is due to military inefficiency. The vehicle from Blast Doors would probably cost well into the millions, considering its energy shields, its weapons. Maybe a lot of people would probably end up dying off in Blast Doors world, and probably the only people that would be able to afford such vehicles would be the ultra-wealthy in the first place. Unless we're talking something like Mortal Engines, where people could band together and live in such vehicles. But still, where do you draw the line? Even the Bible says there's a time for war and a time for peace. Jesus said he came not to bring peace, but a sword. What happens if you do try to talk and you just can't come to an agreement? Or how do you answer tyrants or bullies in a position of power when you know being honest will just get you beaten up? Or if the situation is really dire and the threat is right there, will there be time for lots of talking? Or is it just time for action? So these sorts of questions, I can get everybody's opinions. The graphics might not quite hold up today to some standards, but with enough money and resources, do you think you'd want to live in a world like Blast Doors? Do you think there will ever be technology like in Blast Doors or Mortal Engines? Do you think there need to be more options for diplomacy and negotiations in video games? Please let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe. Visit my channel to get a look at some of the games I'm playing. Please leave me a comment to tell me your thoughts. And if you'd like to see me play more Blast Doors or something else, I hope you like the video and have a great day.